All right, welcome in, gang. It is Friday. Finally, A-Bomb is my name. Welcome in. This is Coast to Coast, and we are just about to get this one underway. It's Braves Diamondbacks from Chase Field in Arizona. It is Zach Greinke on the hill for Arizona. He is probably a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. He's had a great career. And the first pitch is a strike. We are underway, and leading off tonight is Acuna. The lineup is shuffled a little bit. We'll get to that in a moment. So Greinke on the hill. He's 5-1. His ERA is 3.42. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's swung on and missed. And his mound opponent is Julio Teheran. Teheran is 2-4 with a 4.63 ERA. Coming in. And so we're glad you could be here on a Friday night. Greinke deals the 0-2 pitch. It's outside. The Braves coming in tonight's play 18-20 on the season. We're 4 games back from the Phillies, and Arizona's 22-16 on the year, and they're a couple of games out in the West. So the 1-2 pitch is fouled away. Last time I was here, you might have caught me a couple nights ago. We were doing the Atlanta United game, and I had all kinds of technical issues going on. So my connection flamed out, and I had to abandon ship. Hopefully, we're not plagued with any of that tonight. And so Acuna makes contact and drives it into right field. That's out number 1. Acuna flies out to right. So there's one out, and let's see who's batting second. It is Dansby tonight in this newfangled lineup, and he takes strike 1. Here's the 0-1-2 Dansby. Low. So this game coming to you from Chase Field in Arizona. I'm coming at you from Metro Atlanta. And Greinke has some kind of wacky haircut. And he's kind of a weird dude. He's had some, and I guess we shouldn't call him weird anymore. He is differently abled, mentally speaking. And just judging by his haircut alone, you can understand some of that. But he's one hell of a pitcher. I wish he, had been a Brave somewhere along the line. 1-2 pitch is outside. And we'll check on some of Greinke's career numbers as we go along tonight. As I did mention, he's almost a Hall of Famer probably by now. So we'll give you his dossier in a little bit. Here's a 2-2 to Dansby. This one is lofted into right field for a hit. Dansby went the other way with it, and he's on first with a 1-out single. Nice piece of hitting by Dansby. And so he's on with 1 out, and that will bring up, wait for it, Freddie Freeman. He's still in his normal spot, third. Freddie's batting .299 coming in. 7 home runs, 22 RBIs. for the Gold Glove first baseman. And so here we go. First pitch to him with a runner on first is fouled away. It was a hot day up here, or down here, depending on where you are. Feeling like summer more and more every day, and got the air cranking right now, which, you know, I wish I didn't have to do, but I cannot stand to be too hot. The 0-1 pitch is low, and however, the third base umpire said he did, in fact, go round, so that is strike 2. So here's the stretch by Greinke, and the 0-2 pitch to Freeman. It's low. I'll tell you about my trip to Walmart from a couple hours ago. We'll hit that later on. And here's the 1-2 pitch to Freddie. It's outside. It's 2-2. So Dansby gets his lead. And the 2-2 pitch is swung on a miss. Runner goes. He is out. The strike him out. Throw him out. Double play. Braves fall victim to one of those. You don't see that often these days, but that's how the Braves first ends. So it is Braves nothing, and it is the Diamondbacks coming up to bat. And my name's A-Bomb. Thanks for joining me on a Friday night. It's the TGIF version of Coast to Coast. So Tehran is on the hill tonight for Atlanta with his 2-4 record. His ERA is 4.63. And so ready to go in the bottom of the first. Jared Dyson, 291 average, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. steps in and faces Tehran. Let's hope we can get more than 5 innings from Tehran tonight. Wouldn't that be nice? First pitch is called a strike. Pitch is popped into straightaway center. No problem for Ender. And there's out number 1. Hopefully the Bone Crusher will show soon. He's our mod. One of our mods. Our main mod. We'll hear from him later on. And anybody else checking us out tonight, hit us up in the chat box. And so batting second, the left-hander Marte. And he takes a ball. 261, 9 home runs, 28 RBIs for Marte. It's 1-1 after that foul ball. Here we go. 1-1 pitch is popped up. Will it stay in play? It will. Acuna grabs it just into foul territory. 2 outs. David Peralta bats third for Arizona. This game tonight brought to you by treasurehunt.ga. Go there and click on Sports Fans. So 2 outs. And Peralta batting. It is an 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1. Outside. The 1-1. A little bit outside. So here comes the 2-1. It is fouled away. We'll get you some scores coming up in a little bit. A lot of our games tonight are either over or almost final. And the 2-2 pitch to Peralta. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So, good first inning for Julio. It's a 1-2-3 inning, and after 1, we are scoreless in Arizona on a Friday night. I'm A-Bomb. Thanks for being here. Hang tight. Gonna be right back with more Coast to Coast. It is an 0-2 count to Josh Donaldson. He's batting cleanup tonight in this revamped batting order, you know, in hopes of jump-starting some offense. You know, when your offense isn't doing well, what do? You shake up the lineup. The 0-2 pitch is outside. So here's the 1-2 pitch to Donaldson. Fouled away. Donaldson batting .258. And here's the 1-2. It's hit back up the middle. Greinke deflected it over to the second baseman, and that's an easy out. So that one deflected off Greinke's glove, but it was still traveling fast enough to get to the second baseman, who had time to throw him out. Donaldson wasn't exactly hustling down the line there either, by the way. And so Markakis steps in, batting .303, and he takes strike one. Markakis, 4 home runs and 22 ribbies on the year. To go with the .303 average. And the 0-1 pitch to him is in there. Strike two. Ozzy Albies is due up next. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It is just a little bit inside. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is chopped to short, and the throw to first is in time, out number 2. And that means Ozzy Albies will be stepping in. Ozzy, 280, 7 home runs, 19 RBIs. Batting left-handed against the right-handed Greinke. And we will talk about Greinke's lifetime stats a little bit later on in the game. They are very impressive. 0-1 pitch is fouled away. And here comes the 0-2 to Ozzy Albies. High, it's 1-2. Arizona, it's an expansion team that came around in, I want to say 98 or 99 would have been their first year. And they play in a retractable roof. It used to be called Bank One Ballpark, or the Bob. But as all those corporate name parks go, eventually got changed to Chase Field. The 2-2 pitch is swung on a miss, strike 3. So another 1-2-3 inning. We go into the bottom of the second inning. We have no score in Arizona. Let me step aside for just a moment. It is A-Bomb with you on this beautiful Friday night. Hope you're having fun. Good to see the Bone Crusher in the house. And we've got more Braves right after this. Adam Pac-Man Jones leading off things here in the bottom of the second for Arizona. And Crusher, I guess let us know how our audio sounds. Hopefully I'm not pegging it too bad. And as I mentioned earlier, I do have a Walmart story from earlier this evening. We'll get to that a little bit later on. And so Jones batting cleanup, and he is batting .261 coming into tonight's game with 6 home runs. And we understand A.J. Minter has been sent down to AAA Gwinnett. And Johnny Venters has been taken from Gwinnett and sent to Atlanta. I mean, we're wearing out a path between SunTrust Park and Coolray Field in Gwinnett with just relief pitchers alone. And the 0-2 pitch is a little bit, I'm sorry, that was a foul ball, and it's still 1-2 against Jones. Former Oriole, first year in Arizona for the veteran. And so, yes, the path is well worn between SunTrust Park and Coolray Field in Gwinnett, just with relief pitching activity. And so Jones hits one deep to center on the warning track. Inciarte puts it away for out number 1. Adam Jones is retired. Let's bring you some scores. In a rain delay in Baltimore, it's the LA Angels 8, the Orioles 2. In the bottom of the 8th, the White Sox and the Blue Jays are playing. Toronto is winning 4-3 there. Top of the 9th, the Mets all over Miami. That one's 11-2. And the other score that involves the NL East is in Kansas City tonight, where the Royals are up 3-1 on the Phillies. That update brought to you by treasurehunt.ga. So it is now Walker batting. And it's 2-0 on him. We do wish the best of luck to A.J. Minter. Hopefully he can go down and clear the mechanism in Gwinnett. But yeah, we keep sending these guys back and forth. And as the Bone Crusher mentioned on his show the other day, at least it's a short drive between the two. Nobody has to get on an airplane. In fact, on a good day with no traffic, it would be an approximate 45-minute drive between the two stadiums. Vargas waits on deck. And here's the 3-1 pitch. It is in there. Can we get more than 5 innings? If we can get 6 or 7 innings from Julio tonight, that would be gravy. Three-two pitch to Walker is about to happen. Here it is. It is popped up. Dansby camps under it and has it 2 outs. Zach Greinke has 15 big league years of experience. Again, future Hall of Famer, not much doubt about that. We'll go over his lifetime stats in just a bit. But Julio's on the mound right now, and that ball is fouled away. It's 0-1 on Vargas. Here's the 0-1. Fouled away. All right, so the 0-2 pitch to Vargas. It is a ball. It bounces up there. And so the 1-2 pitch to Vargas. Here it is. It is called strike 3. So 3 up and 3 down. And 6 straight retired by Julio Teheran. So that's the end of 2. We go to the 3rd inning where the Braves and the Diamondbacks are tied at nothing. We'll be right back with more after this. I am A-Bomb, and this is Coast to Coast. So we are now in the third inning. Flowers leads things off. 275, 3 home runs, and 4 RBIs, meaning that he's hitting a lot of solo bombs. So Greinke deals, and that's now 0-2 quickly. So far, the tandem of Flowers and McCann have been paying pretty good dividends so far. This one is hit the other way to right field. Easy fly ball for the right fielder, and that is Adam Pac-Man Jones with the catch. 1 out. So that brings up Ender Inciarte. .221, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs for Ender. And tonight he's batting 8th. And the first pitch is outside from Greinke. So we promised you a little conversation about Greinke, so here it is. Greinke is 36 years old, born in Orlando, and he has 15 years of big league experience. His lifetime won-loss record is 192 and 119. So he should hit that 200 wins sometime later this season. His lifetime ERA is a very nice 3.39. And he has just put together one good year after another. Started his career in Kansas City, had a cup of coffee in Milwaukee in 2011, and then another cup of coffee with the LA Angels in 2012, and then to the Dodgers for 3 years, and now he's been with the Diamondbacks for 4 years. And he now has a 1-2 count on Ender Inciarte. Here's that pitch. It is inside, 2-2. So here's the 2-2 pitch to Ender Inciarte with 1 out and nobody on base. This one is hit over to first. First baseman tosses over to Greinke, covering first, and there's out 2. And so that brings up Julio Teheran batting 9th. So here we go with Julio batting 9th tonight. His average is a big fat triple goose egg. A 1 is on the outside corner. And the 0-2 to Julio. Swung on a miss, strike 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we now go to the bottom of the third. And we are in the desert tonight in Chase Field in Arizona. It's A-Bomb with you. Our show's Coast to Coast, and the TGIF version of that will be right back with more Braves reaction. And did you know that Damon Berryhill, the former Braves catcher, I think it was a catcher, probably like a catcher slash first baseman, and this was in the 90s. He is the Gwinnett manager. He is your AAA Gwinnett Stripers skipper. And so we're in the bottom of the third inning. 6 up and 6 down for Julio so far. He's having a good start, and there's strike one. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Ahmed. It is hit pretty deep into center field. Back. This one is off the wall, and there's a stand-up double. That's how Arizona leads off the bottom of the third. First base hit. First base runner comes in the third inning, and it's a double. That one just to right center field. Short hop the wall. And Ender played it just right and was able to hold him to a deuce. Here's the catcher. His name is John Ryan Murphy. There aren't many Major League players that have 3 names, but this is one of them. He's the catcher. He's kind of a short dude for a catcher. And John Ryan Murphy is 0 for his last 18, and he has a 167 batting average. Joe Simpson just pointed out that Tehran's fastball is topping out tonight at around 87, which is not a good thing. And there's another one, though. There's an 87-mile-an-hour heater, and it's now 1-2. In fact, 87 is his top velocities recorded tonight so far. Here's the 1-2 pitch to John Ryan Murphy, and Murphy calls timeout. Okay, so we're ready for the 1-2 pitch. Nobody out and a runner on second. This one's fouled away. Jack Ryan Murphy is Greinke's personal catcher. It's like every kind of big-time pitcher nowadays, like veteran pitcher, has like a full-time catcher that only catches him. And it's probably not. In fact, this guy's only batting 167, so we know he can't hit worth a damn. But any kind of future Hall of Famer is going to have his like personal catcher. If you remember, way back in the day, Greg Maddux did not have Javi Lopez catch for him back then, and Javi was a great batter. He would always have, and I forgot who the guy was, but Maddux always had some other catcher just for him, and he wasn't a very good batter. And so apparently that tradition still carries on here in Arizona some 20 years later. This time for Greinke instead of Maddux. And so Greinke's in the box right now. There is, and I'm sorry, I must have missed something. So the game broke out during the middle of my little commentary. So somehow an out has been recorded, and now Greinke's up there with an 0-2 count on him. So here we go. 0-2 count to Greinke. And by the way, his average this year is 316. He bounces one off the plate over to short, and Dansby throws him out. 2 outs. Runner on second moves over to third. So with 2 outs, Arizona has a runner on third. And leading off, batting first for Arizona. Wait for it. It is Dyson. He's 0 for 1 and looks at ball 1. One 0 pitch. This one is popped up. Easy play for Ender Inciarte in center. So, damage control. Nobody scores. And we move along quickly now into the 4th inning from Arizona, where we have tonight for you on this Friday night edition of the program what we call an old-fashioned pitcher's duel. So more of that coming right up for you. Coast to Coast will be back after these important messages. It is Acuna leading off tonight, and the Braves are back to the top of their order, so he's coming up. As we mentioned, the lineup has been shuffled around considerably. That's what you do when you're having trouble scoring. You just shake up the lineup. That's 101. And so, top of the 4th. And Greinke has thrown 41 pitches so far. Here is the 1-0. Swung and a missed. .274, 7 home runs, and 22 driven in for Acuna. He's 0 for 1 tonight, and the count is now 2-1 after that ball. Two one pitch, fouled away. Two and two count to Acuna. Time to get him going again. And he did lead off last year, right? That's where he was real successful. So time to let him try it again. This time, though, no dice. He grounds out too short. 1 out. Up steps Dansby. Batting second tonight. He had a single. He's batting .264. 6 home runs, 25 ribbies. And I understand we're going to be simul-streamed on Facebook coming up. Always excited to do that, to grow the brand. And Dansby takes strike 1. So I was in Walmart a couple of hours ago, and I'm in there looking for flip-flops. I needed a pair of flip-flops, so I'm in Walmart. And so while I'm in the middle of all that, this young woman and her cute 5-year-old daughter come up to me, you know, with a sob story, right? You know, and so immediately I do what any person would say. Well, I'm sorry, I don't have any cash on me. Sorry. And she was like, well, no. And by the way, Dansby has just tripled, and he's on third with 1 out. Way to go. Triple to the opposite field. So while I'm in there looking for flip-flops at Walmart, this young woman and her 5-year-old daughter come up to me with their sob story. I'm sorry, I don't have any cash on me. Oh, well, we just need you to buy us a couple of things. And I was like, okay, all right. So that's fine. Go ahead and get whatever it was that you needed, and then, come back over here where I'm looking for these flip-flops. And so I find my flip-flops, and then she comes back carrying a bunch of stuff, and then her daughter's got stuff too, and it's all diapers and formula and stuff. And so, I'm like, first thing I was like, that's a lot of stuff you got there. So anyway, we proceed to the self-checkout, and so I ring up 2 things, and boom, it's already over $100. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, I cannot get all this stuff for you. Just decide what's the most important out of all this, and I'll get that. So I ended up buying her a big box of formula and some kind of baby bottles that go along with that, and it ended up being about $65. So I've never had an experience like that inside the store. And Freddie Freeman drives in the run. It is now 1-0 Braves. Freddie lines one into right field for a single, and Dansby, who had just tripled, comes around to score. So it's 1-0 Braves in the 4th. So I got out of there. I guess I'm kind of glad. I'm glad I was able to help somebody in need. Although, nobody really looked needy. The lady nor her child were starving in any way. They were perfectly healthy, and so but whatever. When you start a story with, I was at Walmart a couple of hours ago, that's never really, the story is never really going to be a good one after that, after those words are uttered. Usually, you get approached in parking lots, outside the store. And Donaldson is up to bat, by the way. It's either in the parking lot of a grocery store or a Walmart, or it's at the gas pump. And you know what I'm talking about. It's happened to everybody. Around here, it happens pretty much on I would say, a 90-day basis. Every 90 days, I'm approached with a sob story, either in a parking lot, at the gas pumps, or tonight, actually inside the Walmart. Oh, yeah. And, yeah, that's another thing. Let me talk about the receipt for just a second. So here comes the 1-0 pitch, and it is 1-1. So after I ring up her stuff, which was the formula and the baby bottle stuff, I'm like, okay, here you go. Have a good evening. And then I rang up like my flip-flops last, the very last thing. She was like, oh, I need this receipt, by the way. So, okay. All right, here's the receipt. So why did you ask that question? Is there something to that? Because I was kind of curious. She was like, oh, yeah, I need this receipt to show whatever. So I think she's probably going to get reimbursed for the receipt, which is fine, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how that whole scam works. But you know what? Whatever. Hopefully it all went to a good cause. All right, so it's a 2-2 count to Donaldson. Runner on first, 1 in and 1 out, and that's strike 3 swinging. But if I had rung up every single item she had given me, it would have been about $250. As it was, it ended up being 65. And so here is the pitch to Markakis. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Markakis with a 301 average. And here's the pitch. It is low. Oh, that's right. We've got Mathcar in the house. Big Diamondbacks fan. Well, that's fine. Whatever, But you're right. That is a pretty good scam, for doing that. And the 1-1 pitch is hit to left and caught on a line. Markakis flies out, but it's a productive inning for the Braves as they go ahead 1-0. And so we head to the bottom of the fourth on Coast to Coast. And how about a little of this for you for that ass on a Friday night? We'll be right back with more of Coast to Coast. Marte is up, and the 1-0 pitch to him is fouled away. It's 1-1. And so after I leave Walmart, I go over to the Kroger store for some other stuff. And now this is a little bit of a rant on any kind of grocery store or Walmart or whatever. It has now reached critical mass with fat people on their carts in the grocery stores and in the other big box stores, because I almost got run over, or at least hit twice, from two separate fat people, in two consecutive lanes coming out. Like, it's gotten so bad where there's, like, at any given time in the store, there might be, like, 5 people riding around on those damn things. I'm 49 years old. I have never once in my life even considered getting on one of those damn things. And I'm seeing people just all kinds of dumbasses, really. And people that the last thing they need to be doing in their fat lives is staying on their ass even while they're out. Sure, there's a few people who legitimately need those things, absolutely. But it's gotten so the stores have to stock, like, probably 20 of them. And as I said, at any given time, they're just everywhere. One of these days, there's going to be a major traffic jam, accident, collision, whatever, somebody getting run over in a store. But yeah, let's hope the Braves can pull this one out tonight. I'm done with my ranting on retail. Being out in the retail, world, environment, whatever. If you live in a big, metro area, you're just going to, get all kinds of stupid crap like that. And so Adam Pac-Man Jones is up again with 2 outs and the base is empty. Julio's thrown a really great game tonight so far, even though his fastest pitch recorded is 87. Glad to have all the normals on, all the usual suspects on board on a Friday night. We've got our sights set on 100 subs, so we know we can't do it all in one night, but if this is your first time here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And then if you click on the info bar on the top right of your screen, you'll see that there is a card that links over to the Bone Crushers channel. He will have tomorrow night's game. And so 2 outs. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Pac-Man. It is a little bit outside. 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is in there. It is strike 2. And so back to the lady and her little girl for a second, whatever. If that's a scam, whatever, it still takes a lot of balls and a lot of nerve and probably a lot of need for that money to try to pull off that kind of gig. So whatever, she probably needed the money. All right, so that's another 1-2-3 inning. We are through 4 as we head to the 5th. It is now the Braves 1 and the Diamondbacks nothing. Thanks for being here. TGIF, BRB. We're already in the top of the 5th. And Ozzy is batting 6th tonight. He's 0 for 1, and the pitch to him is in the dirt. It's a 1-2 count. And the 1-2 pitch to Albies. Swung on and missed. That's number 5 on the night for Greinke. And Bone Crusher, is this right? Did I see this correctly? Was Donald Trump in Panama City Beach earlier this week? And here's the pitch to Flowers, grounded to third, throw over to first. In time, there are 2 outs in the 5th. And so with 2 outs, and the base is empty. And Mick is in. Thanks for joining us, mate. It's a Friday night here in the States. I imagine it's Saturday where you are. Okay, thanks for the NBA update there. Rockets and Warriors tied in the 3rd. Yeah, let us, if you don't mind, keep us updated on that score. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Enciarte. It's 0-2. Ender batting 8th tonight. 0-2 pitch, a little bit inside. Ender is batting .219, and the 1-2 pitch to him is in the dirt. So of all the sports, you know, I'm like most Americans, and that pitch is hit back to Greinke at first, and that's a 1-2-3 inning as we head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 1-0 Braves. And like most Americans, I'm a big-time fan of American football. That's generally, you know, most people's favorite sport, but I mean, so American football, baseball are both kind of 1 and 1A. They're right there together. And then I've got NBA basketball and soccer at like 2 and 2A. Oh yeah, and then hockey somewhere in between all of that too, somewhere on the lower end. All right then, so we will be back for the bottom of the 5th from Arizona on a Friday night. This is Coast to Coast. All right, Mick, and what is your favorite sport in Australia? And it's now Walker up to bat. He's got a 1-1 count on him. We are cruising right along. We're in the bottom of the fifth. No, or I should say it's a 1-0 Braves lead. It's now 1-2 on Walker. And Crusher, I'm not sure if you copied me earlier. I mentioned, did I hear correctly that Donald Trump was in Panama City Beach earlier this week? The 1-2 pitch is high. It's 2-2. So nobody on, nobody out. 2-2 count. It is outside. So where was he? I mean, PCB is not very big. You know, the article didn't say Panama City proper. It said PCB. Where was? I mean, it couldn't have been far away from wherever you are. And here's the 3-2 pitch. It is outside. Kevin. Man, next time I come down there, I'm wearing my Kevin shirt again, and this time we're going to have to make sure we hang out with him for a while I'm wearing it. You know, hopefully he made it over to at least one or two of the hot spots, whether it be the last local beach club, Schooners, a rally. What about a rally on the beach at Schooners? That would have been awesome. And so Vargas is up. Nobody on, or I should say nobody out and one on base. Wow, what are the new Facebook Live requirements? And here comes the pitch to Vargas. It's a little bit low. So there's nobody out. There's one on base, runner on first. Vargas is up, and he has a 1-0 count. The runner goes, okay, right. Crusher, you mentioned the Black Hawk helicopter. I was like, what does that have to do with the motorcycle rally you were talking about? Obviously, it had nothing to do with the motorcycle rally. Does does that Panama City Airport have a runway long enough to land that thing? All right, and here's the 1-1 pitch to Vargas. Instead to first. All right. So Tehran up to 57 pitches. Actually, it's very good for the 5th inning. And pitch number 58 is outside. It's 2-1. Well, I'm sure he had a lot of local support down there. I'm sure he brought up how strong, hashtag 850 strong for Hurricane Michael. Over to Julio. That pitch over to Julio. Okay, so it was lined to Julio. He dropped it, and then he got the guy out at second on the force. And so there's now 1 out, and still a runner at first. Old-fashioned pitchers duel going on a Friday night from the desert in Arizona. Nick Ahmed. Wow, so you've got some of that, Air Force activity going on over there. We all remember that great TV show Pensacola Wings of Gold. It's not exactly Pensacola there, but I'm sure it's very similar. You've got some dudes with call signs flying right over the beach. I never noticed any of that action going on when I was there. And it's now 0-1 to Ahmed. And so Ahmed 1 for 1 today, and he is set for the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. This one is popped into right field. Markakis grabs it for out number 2. 2 outs, runner on first. All right, so here is John. It's funny. I've never seen a major league player with 3 names. John Ryan Murphy. I guess he thought John Murphy was too plain. Who knows? But I like it. It's pretty cool. So we'd like to welcome everybody on board. If it's your first time in, appreciate it if you would subscribe. We're trying to hit 100 tonight. Can you imagine being part of that kind of history? This is where we bring you Braves professional sports all season long. And if you click on the info button in the top right, you'll see Bone Crusher's card. He also streams similar Atlanta sports. Yeah, the guy from MacGyver. Richard Dean Anderson. All right, so, and as we mentioned earlier, by the way, John Ryan Murphy is Greinke's personal catcher. And ground ball to Dansby over to first. Throw is high. However, Freddie Freeman, the Gold Glover, is able to tag the runner out on that high toss. So, We are through 5 innings. This one is moving right along on a Friday night. Appreciate you being here. Again, hit that subscribe button if it's your first time. A-Bomb is my name, and Coast to Coast will return after this. Top of the 6th inning, Greinke is still on the mound for Arizona. And Julio Teheran is 0 for 1. His batting average is still .000. And news out of Gwinnett County today, Austin Riley hit another home run. That's 13 for him. And so he's having a bang-up season in Gwinnett. Number 13, that leads the International League in home runs. So hopefully we'll maybe see him up on the big club here shortly. 0-2 to Teheran is fouled away. And here's the pitch to Teheran. The 0-2 is swung on and missed. 6 strikeout for Greinke. Thanks, Mick. Yeah, it's good to have 90. You know, anytime we can get a couple extra here and there, it's always a good thing. We're, you know, slowly reaching our goal for 1,000. That is like the ultimate YouTuber minimum goal for subs. And so leading off, or at the top of the order, that is, tonight, batting first is Acuna. And he fouls away the first pitch. We're about to get you a scoreboard update after the 0-1 pitch. It is inside. It's 1-1. So let's check your National League East scoreboard. Good news out of Kansas City in the bottom of the 8th. The Royals are up 4-1 on the Phillies. It's the 4th inning in L.A., where the Dodgers are up 1-0 on the Nationals. And the other score is final from New York. The Mets pounded Miami 11-2. There's your scoreboard brought to you by treasurehunt.ga. 2-1 count now to Ronald Acuna Jr. Dansby is on deck. Two-one pitch. And that one is caught on the warning track in right field for out number 2. Acuna flies out to deep right. So Bone Crusher will have the game tomorrow night. You can find his card on the top right of your screen on the info button. And here is Dansby takes strike 1. He's up there with 2 outs. If he reaches, then it is none other than Freddie Freeman coming up next. Hope everybody had a great Friday. Mine was good. Got some excellent wings, by the way. It's been a while. It's been a couple years since I've been to the Wing Stop, which is a big chain. But, man, they have got some great wings at that place. I recommend. They're crispy as all get. Really good, crispy, not wet wings. But as I get older, I'm starting to enjoy my wings dry as opposed to wet. And so we are now through 6 innings as Dansby grounds out. And actually, we're not through 6. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. So nothing doing for the Braves. And when we come back in the bottom of the 6th, the score will be 1-0 Atlanta. So Greinke batting. The pitcher for Arizona, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He is a very good hitting pitcher. In fact, he has had 2 home runs already this season. And he has a 2-1 count. And the pitch is chopped over to short. Dansby throws over to first. There is 1 out. 1 up, 1 down. And so we go back to the top of the order for Arizona. And it is Dyson. He's 0 for 2, shows bunt, gets down a bunt, but it's right to Freddie Freeman. He picks him up, picks up the baseball, and tags the runner out before he hits the bag. All right, we've got a tight one in Golden State with the Warriors and the Rockets. Tied up at 97 with 7 minutes, or I should say 6 minutes left in regulation. Thanks to Mick for the update. And you might not have heard me ask earlier, Mick, but what is it Saturday there yet? It's Friday night here in the U.S. Is it Saturday where you are? In fact, it is 11:17 p.m. on the East Coast in Metro Atlanta. Fly ball off the wall. That one's off the wall. And a double, a 1-out double. Opposite field double off the wall. So with 2 outs, there's a runner on second. Acuna played it well. Played the carom just fine. And so that brings up David Peralta, 312 average, 6 home runs, 25 RBIs, including a big dong last night. And so Tyler Flowers makes his first trip out to the mound this game. Just a quick word with his starter. And we mentioned at the top of the stream tonight that if we could get more than 5 innings from Tehran tonight, that would be a big bonus. And so we're getting that right now. He has pitched 5 2/3. Would love to see him get through this inning unscathed. And yeah, we don't usually like to talk about big dongs, but David Peralta hit one of those last night. Oh, pickoff play at second. They had him, but Dansby couldn't hold on to the ball. Wow, they actually, that play never works, but it almost worked right there, but Dansby could not hold on to the baseball. He had him, man. If he could have held on to that ball, that would have been a successful pickoff at second base, which you rarely see. And so it's now strike 1 to Peralta, the one who hit that so-called big dong last night. He's up to bat. Let's hope he does not do that again tonight. Come on, Julio. Let's get out number 3 right here and right now. Strike 2. It's 0-2. Two outs. Runner on second. It's an 0-2 count. Adam Jones would be next, but let's hope we deal with him in the 7th inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swan. Oh, no. Fair ball into the corner. We have a tie game, and he's still running. How many bases will he get? It is a triple for Peralta with 2 outs. Damn. That one barely stayed fair. But it hugged the right field line, went all the way to the wall. Man, that was so almost foul. And so we've got a 1-1 game. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2 outs and a runner on third. The cleanup man is up. Adam Jones, Pac-Man, swings and misses. Okay, yes. It is officially the weekend in Australia right now. There's still plenty of Americans at work on a Friday night. And as we say, you know, TGIF, that also stands for the grind includes Friday, right? You got to show up for work on Friday. I had to show up at work on Friday. So just because it's Friday doesn't really mean it's a great day quite yet. Saturday, that's the best day of the week right there. But it's TGIF. And as we say, the grind includes Friday. And that is a direct quote from Jim Rome. You got to go strong on Friday. You can't mail it in on Friday. You still got to show up and go strong into the weekend. So let's hope the Braves can do just that. It's a 2-1 count to Adam Jones. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on a miss. He had a big cut. Let's limit the damage to that 1 run and get out of here with a tie going into the 7th. Two-two pitch, way outside, full count. And in fact, we will bring you some of the Jim Rome show from a few hours ago as soon as we have a break in this one. However, that's ball 4. So now with 2 outs, we have runners on the corners. So Christian Walker steps in. He's the first baseman, .292 average, 7 home runs, and 16 RBIs this year. We've got Jim Rome queued up for you. As soon as we hit the end of the 6th, which will hopefully be in just a few seconds. And here is the pitch to Walker. This one is blasted foul, strike 1. Long, noisy strike, runners on the corners, 2 outs, and it's now 0-1 on the batter. Hey, Math Car, yeah, I mean, you got to root for your team. I can't blame you there, brother. We do welcome fans from all over the big leagues. We are a Braves house first, but we will welcome all viewers. And so here is the 0-1 pitch. This one is swung and a miss. Strike 2. So as we go to the middle of the inning, we will bring you a little bit of the Jim Rome Show. But first, an 0-2 pitch is due to Walker with runners on the corners. Hope everybody is prepared for a big Mother's Day. If your mom's still around, I will be visiting mine on Sunday. The 0-2 pitch. This one is fouled away. Mom lives in Gainesville, not too far from here. So hopefully if you're able and mom's still around, that you do the right thing this weekend and call or see mom. All right, so an 0-2 pitch is due to Walker. Hopefully Tehran can get out of this inning without any further damage. The 0-2 pitch is a little bit outside. And it's 1-2. And we need to mention one more time our title sponsor, treasurehunt.ga. I'm sure they've got plenty of Mom's Day items for you on treasurehunt.ga. Make sure to go over there. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Walker. And that one is chopped over to Ozzie at second, throws on to first. And finally, the inning's over, but not before the Diamondbacks tie it up. So we are at the end of 6 on a Friday night, and as promised, we're going to bring you the Jim Rome Show from earlier today. Enjoy.
Alvin DeLauro, give it to me.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Around here, that's known as the Deca Yeah. A tremendous Friday to you, yeah. My name is Jim Rome. This program is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. By Quicken Loans, Rocket Mortgage is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage experience. How's everybody feeling? All right, do not lay it up. Make sure you finish. Come strong. Everything is better on a Friday when you come at it hard. Telephone number is 1-800-636-8686. Coming up next segment, Colorado Rockies manager Bud Black. So I will open things up with my thoughts on what went down last night in sports. Bud Black coming up next segment. In the middle of hour number 2, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, Terry Stotts, coming back in. They force a Game 7. So we'll get his thoughts. Sam Amick in the third hour. Alvin's week that was in hour number 3. And a whole lot between now and then. 1-800-636-8686. Follow me on Twitter, please, at Jim Rome. Email me at Rome, R-O-M-E, at haveatake.com. The smack off is in 42 days. Man, do not let this sneak up and bite you in the ass. 42 days. I've got more storylines I want to hit. If you're not in yet, what are you waiting on? If you are in, do we have to wait until that day before you come back in? So all of that is still ahead. Let me start, since Terry Stotts is coming up next hour, let me get in front of that. I've got the perfect word to describe Nuggets Blazers, Game 6. One word, the perfect word. And that word comes from Seth Curry. More on that in a minute. Let me first set the stage for you. Remember, Denver smashed Portland by 26 in Game 5. They took a 3-2 lead. Portland coming back home, their backs to the wall, their season on the line. Question is, could Dame and CJ get going? Did they have an answer for the Joker and the Anchorman inside? Weird thing about Dame. Dame came into last night's game averaging about 26 per. Almost any other player and any other team would be hyped about that. But you know, Damian Lillard was not. And the way he's been playing, Denver was pumped that they had held him to 26 per game. But you know how that works. You know how it works with Damian. You can only hold this guy down for so long. It's only a matter of time before it's Dame time, whether you like it or not. You know, kind of like father time, tax time, Dame time. It's coming. It's just a matter of when. It's coming for us all. And finally, it arrived last night in the second half. In the third quarter, it was time for Damian Lillard to go logo lizard. And he did so with moments like this.
Cross-court pass for Dame. Dame with a head fake. Defended by Craig.
Okay, we're back.
Shoot. Takes a couple of jab steps. Launches a long three and buries it from 30 feet.
Logo lizard. Doing that and then doing this.
Thanks to CBS Sports Radio. And by the way, Freddie doubled to start off the top of the seventh. And just now, Josh Donaldson singled. So runners are now on the corners with nobody out. Sorry, I had to step away for just a moment. And thanks to the Bone Crusher for keeping things in the box down there, letting everybody know that Freeman had a double. He's now on third base. There's nobody out. Donaldson is on first. And so that brings up Markakis. Top of the seventh, nobody out. First and third. And Markakis is 0 for 2. Greinke still in the game. He has thrown 83 pitches. And both pitchers tonight, Greinke and Julio Teheran, have both pitched gems. Markakis hits over to the right side. Uh-oh. We've got a pickle situation, and Freddie is tagged out at third. Bad base running. You don't say that anything bad about Freddie Freeman very often, but that time it did not work out so well. So we had first and third, nobody out. Now we have first and second with one out. Could have been a double play. But you know what? I mean, you know, it's hard to blame Freddie after seeing the replay. It's really tough to blame him for being aggressive there. That's a tough situation. So, still have a good opportunity here. First and second, now with one out, and Ozzy Albies. He's batting sixth tonight, and he's 0 for 2. Pitch number 85 is coming from Greinke. Here's that pitch. It swung and a missed. Braves not doing so well lately with runners in scoring position. Let's hope we can break that trend right now. And Mathcar, I just saw something on the scoreboard that they just showed here in Arizona that gave me a really bad flashback memory. And that was when Randy Johnson pitched a perfect game against the Braves 15 years ago. I cannot believe it's been that long. I was watching that game when it happened. I was not a happy camper, but what a hell of a performance it was for the big unit. And apparently in Arizona they are celebrating, I guess, the 15th anniversary of that. And so it's the 1-1 pitch to Ozzy. It's swung and a missed. 1-2. And as the Bone Crusher, John Wilson, mentioned, yeah, we'd appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. We're officially now on the countdown to 100. 1-2 pitch. Outside. 2-2. All right, 2-2 count to Ozzie. 1 out, runners on first and second. In a tie game, here it is. And that is no swing, says the third base umpire. That was very close. But call went our way. Ozzie was able to check his swing. Full count to Ozzie. This is Greinke's first 3-ball count tonight. And it took him till the 7th inning to get there. And now we've got a mound meeting. All right, so here we go. It's the payoff pitch. And now Ozzie steps out. We were moving along very briskly in this game until about the last inning or so. And now it's a mound meeting. All right, mound meeting adjourned. And Greinke, I'm telling you, man, he's got this weird rat tail, like a modern version of a rat tail. It's like a fat rat tail. Hell of a pitcher, a little bit of a head case. But all things considered, would have loved to have had him on the Braves at some point. And there's a fly ball to left field, out number 2. So Ozzie is retired, 2 outs. And Tyler Flowers, last chance for the Braves in the 7th. Started off with a lot of promise. Runners on first and third with nobody out. Then a ground ball had Freddie thrown out at home plate. Or actually, who's caught in a pickle between home and third. And then that was out number 1. Ozzie Albies just flew out to left for out number 2. And here's Flowers. First and second, 2 outs. Pitch is low. That's pitch number 91 for Greinke. A 1-0 pitch to Flowers. In there for a strike. It's the final from Kansas City where the Royals beat the Phillies 5-1. The Mets beat the Marlins 11-2. And the 1-2 pitch was fouled away. We'll run down all the scores for you as soon as this game is final. So Flowers digs in and gets set for the 1-2 pitch. Here it is. This one is fouled away. Flowers does have 3 home runs this year. And if he gets on base, Ender Inciarte is due next. And so here's the 1-2 to Tyler Flowers. It is check swing, 2-2. Braves and Diamondbacks also play tomorrow. And the Bone Crusher is likely to have that one for you. His card is up on my channel. If you go to the top right of your screen, click on the info button, you'll see Crusher's channel. Make sure to subscribe to him. And between the two of us, we will have a lot of Braves games for you this season, as well as Atlanta United and some other treats. The 3-2 pitch is fouled away. We'll do it again. Runners were on the move with 2 outs. This will be pitch number 8 of this at bat. Good battle going on. All right, Tyler Flowers had to step out because Greinke kept shaking off pitches. Here we go. Again with the 3-2, runners on the move, and that is strike out number 7 on the night for Greinke. And so nothing doing for the Braves in the 7th. It's time to stretch in the desert tonight on a Friday night version of Coast to Coast. We'll be right back in this tie ball game. So it was a good outing for Julio Teheran. He's out for the game, however, and Winkler is in. So it'll be a no decision tonight for Julio, but he's pitched well in his last couple of starts. And let's hope Winkler and the bullpen can keep us in this thing. The 0-1 pitch is called strike 2 to Vargas. He's 0 for 2. Ahmed and Murphy all due up next after Vargas. The 0-2 pitch is but outside. Glad you could be with us. Special Friday version of the program. We are coast to coast. My name's A-Bomb. Glad you could be along for the ride. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Winkler records a strikeout. Braves and Diamondbacks tomorrow night. That one's a little bit earlier. That is an 8:10 Eastern start. And we suspect that the Bone Crusher will have that one for you. You can go ahead and find his channel on the info button on the top right of your screen. 0-1 pitch to Ahmed is swung and a missed. We welcome in Braves country and fans of the Diamondbacks. And we've got at least one Diamondback on board. That is Mathcar. 1877 from North Carolina. And the 0-2 pitch is fouled away. So 8:10 Eastern tomorrow night. And then on Mother's Day, Sunday, it is a 4:10 Eastern start in Arizona. And I may very well be around for that one on Sunday afternoon. After I get back from Mom's place, of course. Ozzy has an opportunity, but he makes a really bad throw. And the runner is safe. That's going to be an error. That was a sure out. Really bad throw from Ozzy. And so John Ryan Murphy was due up, the catcher spot, batting 8th, but since he is not a very good offensive player, a pinch hitter is coming up for the Diamondbacks, and it's going to be Escobar. He's got a night off tonight, but for the year, he's batting .291, 7 home runs, 21 RBIs. So a very dangerous pinch hitter. Up with a runner on first and 1 out, bottom 7. And so here's the pitch to Escobar. That one is swung and a missed. 1-1 score, bottom of the 7th, 1 out, runner on first. And here's the pitch. Swung and a miss, strike 2. Another pinch hitter on deck for Arizona. Pitcher spot due up next. Or will it? Actually, hang on. That has not been confirmed yet. We know Greinke is a good hitter. He's got 2 home runs this year already. And he's got several career home runs. So he may, in fact, be on deck. And we have an 0-2 pitch to Escobar. Here it is. Taken for a ball. One-two pitch is hit deep into the outfield, but it's caught. Nice catch by Inciarte. Looked like it might get over his head, but he made a good play on that. So there are 2 outs and a runner on first. Bottom of the 7th. And we do have a pinch hitter coming in for Greinke. So his night is over. Another meeting on the mound right now. And the Golden State Warriors win and end their series. So that one's a final. Houston is going home again. And Golden State will move on. It's final in Kansas City where the Royals beat the Phillies 5-1. That's good. The Mets were all over Miami tonight. That final was 11-2 New York. And it's now 2 outs. And the pinch hitter Kelly up there fouls away the 0-1 pitch. It is 0-2. Yes, Zach Greinke did play for the Dodgers. He also played for Kansas City. He also played for Milwaukee. And the 0-2 pitch is outside. One-two pitch is fouled away. We'll do it again. All right, so Kelly digs in and he awaits the 1-2. It's a little bit high. It's 2-2. Two-two pitch, just fouled. So coming up for the Braves in the 8th, it will be 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Braves. So Tyler Flowers will be leading things off. However, here in the bottom of the 7th, it's now a 3-2 count to pinch hitter Kelly. And here comes the pitch. It's fouled away. Still 3-2. Inning should have been over, but Ozzie committed an error. So, 3-2 count. Winkler kicks and fires. This one is popped up. In the infield, Ozzie and Freddie battle for it. Freddie comes away with it, and that's the end of the 7th. So nothing doing for the Diamondbacks. We go to the 8th inning on a Friday night in Arizona, and we are tied at 1. It is A-Bomb with you. Coast to Coast will be right back after this. More Braves baseball on the way. All right, here we go. Top of the 8th. New pitcher for Arizona, Jean Lopez. And leading off the inning is Enciarte. He's batting 8th. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. Thanks for being here, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out with us on the TGIF version of Coast to Coast on a Friday night. Hope your day was great. Mine was pretty good. You know, had a couple of stories from Walmart and Kroger tonight. We shared that with you earlier. Ender is 0 for 2 tonight, and his season average has dipped to 217. Excuse me. We're on the mission to hit 100 subs here any day now. The countdown is officially on for that. And when we get there, that means we're only 10% of the way in. So here's the 1-2 pitch to Enciarte. It is hit up the middle and right into the shift. The shortstop was playing right behind second base, and that's exactly where that ball went. 1 out, top of the 8th. And so pitcher spot is next. So who's going to pinch hit right now? Let's see who this is. It is Matt Joyce. "34-year-old journeyman." Can't say I've ever heard of Matt Joyce until this year when he signed with us. However, he's had a pretty decent year. 278 average, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. At least one of those home runs was in a pinch hitting role. And he fouls away the first offering. 0-1. Hope everybody's had some good dinner tonight. I had some wings earlier. Still got some left over from the wing stop. Man, they make some good wings over there. And so the 0-2 pitch to Matt Joyce. It's high. Let's get something going right here, Braves. Don't really want to go extras tonight. Let's just win this thing in regulation. Yeah, I have been to Culver's. Math car. Yeah, I have been to Culver's Butterburgers. There is a location pretty close to me. And I think I went there about 2 years ago for the first time. They've got a great burger. Yeah, absolutely. Really good burger. Got those custard desserts over there. Yeah, that's quality, man. I wish that place was a little bit closer to me. It's not that far, but it's not exactly right in my hood. But I'll definitely hit it up anytime I'm over in that direction. And so here we are at the top of the order with tonight Ronald Acuna leading things off. The lineup has been shaken up. So far it hasn't produced any results. And the 1-0 pitch is low to Acuna. Nobody on, 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Here comes the 2-0 to Acuna. This one is hit long and deep, and it is gone. Acuna goes yard to straightaway center field. That was a blast. How far did that one fly? Brought to you by Delta Airlines. We'll have that for you in just a moment. What a tremendous bomb. No doubt about that one. And there's another replay of it. 112 mile an hour exit velo. And that blast was measured at 466 feet. Yowza. 2 out lightning to boot. And Dansby's up there. He takes strike 1. Again, that one flew 466 feet. Brought to you by Delta Airlines. And so Dansby's 2 for 3 on the night. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. It's high. That is number 8 on the year for Acuna. And indeed it was crushed. 1-1 pitch to Dansby is fouled away. Right now for Arizona, it is Lopez. Jean Lopez on the hill for the Diamondbacks. And so here we go. 1-2 pitch to Dansby. This one is base hit in right field. Single for Dansby with 2 outs. And the 2-out Lightning continues. Juan Lopez. And Dansby puts on the oven mitt. We're starting to see that a lot this year in the big leagues. And here's an official mound visit going on for Arizona. And once again, while you're here, if you'll look at the top right-hand corner, you'll see the info button. Click on that. That's a direct link to the Bone Crushers YouTube channel. He will have most of the Braves. If I'm not doing the game, he'll be doing it. So go ahead and go over to his channel. Between the two of us, we've got this thing pretty much covered. We're at 90 subs and counting. Want to get to 100 as quickly as possible. So if you like Atlanta professional sports, and you see a lot of it back here behind me, the one thing I don't have represented is the Hawks. I'm going to have to do something about that soon. And so Freddie's up, 2 for 3 on the day. He had an RBI. Throw over to first, runner is back. All right, so runner on first, 2 outs, a run in, Braves up by 1. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Freddie. Instead, the pitcher steps off the rubber. The 1-0 pitch to Freddie. This one is swung on and foul tipped. It's 1-1. Diamondbacks have the top of their order coming up in the bottom of the 8th. They're 1, 2, 3 guys. And it is yet to be determined who will be the next Braves pitcher to come out. The 1-1 pitch to Freddie. Low. And any game is a nail biter with our bullpen these days. And look at this shift on Freddie Freeman. There is nobody on the left side of the infield at all. The third baseman is standing behind second. And there's a high hopper. Oh, and that one is hit into the shift over on the right side, and that retires the Braves in the 8th. But a huge blast by Ronald Acuna Jr. has given the Braves a 2-1 lead. We now head to the bottom of the 8th inning on a Friday night. I'm A-Bomb. Thanks for being here. You're watching Coast to Coast. former starter Sean Newcomb is in relief. So let's hope this works out for Atlanta. We're in the bottom of the 8th. 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up for Arizona. First pitch is a ball outside. If you missed it earlier, I discussed my trip to Walmart earlier this evening, whereby it sounds like I fell victim to a mother and daughter, young lady and her cute 5-year-old daughter scam, where I need some money. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any money. Okay, well, I don't really need money. I just need you to buy some diapers and formula for me. And so, I'm there buying flip-flops. When I'm approached, I end up buying some baby formula and some baby formula bottles, which, it's not cheap. 1-2 pitch is fouled away. And, she also happened to need the receipt, for welfare purposes or whatever. Which probably means that the return receipt is just going to be cashed in right away. Hopefully, they were scamming me because they actually needed the money. If they did, that's great. This is the kind of thing like local news loves to cover. A local man was victimized at Walmart. He bought $65 worth of baby formula and then gave the receipt to the lady, and then she cashed it in. The local news would love some kind of story like that. I'm not going to give it to him. If she needed the money that badly, I hope she really needed it. She and her 5-year-old daughter looked perfectly healthy. They were not starving by any means. And there is a nice catch on the warning track from Markakis. There are 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Usually people don't go through that kind of bullshit routine unless they really need the money. So be it. We should be charitable to our fellow man if we can possibly do that. And Newcomb, so far, has pitched a good bottom of the 8th, 2 up, 2 down, and now a 0-1 count on the number 3 batter for the Diamondbacks tonight. And Peralta, 1 for 3. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Strike 2, swinging. So maybe this is the role where Newcomb needed to be all along. Oh, well, the thing was on that was that there were a bunch of babies supposedly out in the car, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, she got one over on me for sure. And so the 1-2 pitch is fouled away. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully she needed it for something, but you're absolutely right. I fell for, the newest trick in the book. And so it is still a 1-2 count on Peralta. Right. Oh, yeah, I've got some kids out in the car that are starving. Oh, well, what am I supposed to it immediately made me feel bad. I wasn't, my first reaction was not scam, because usually it's people coming up to you at the gas pump. Oh, I'm out of gas and I need to get to Tennessee and whatever. I've heard that sob story a million times. Nobody's actually gotten me inside the store. I think that's what it was. And it's still 1-2. I gave some dude, this happened about 2 or 3 months ago. I was at a gas station and it was the same old sob story. Oh, I'm out of gas and I need to get my sick relative up in Tennessee. And so I unloaded a bunch of change on him. I reached into the change thing in my car, like, right below the dash. And I handed him like a good couple hundred pennies. And there might have been a few dimes and nickels mixed in, a little bit of silver mixed in there. All right, the 2-2 pitch is grounded into center field for a base hit. Runner on first with 2 outs. All right, and Crusher, what's going on, man? Is Crusher still on board? What's for dinner? He's probably eating dinner right about now. I ate some wings a little earlier. They were damn good wings. I've still got a few left over. We're going to munch on that as soon as this one is final. And so Adam Jones is up. Pac-Man with a runner on first and 2 out, and that is ball 1. Zach Greinke and Julio Teheran both pitch gems tonight. They're both getting no decisions. They both went about 7 innings each, or thereabouts. And the 1-0 pitch to Jones is swung and a missed. So this one's been a good pitcher's duel. And we had a monster blast from Ronald Acuna last inning to put the Braves up where they are now, 2-1. And the pitch to Jones, broken bat. And that little duck snort is caught by Ozzie for out number 3. So really good job. Really good job from Sean Newcomb pitching in relief. Maybe he has found his role after all this time. So we are done with 8 innings. We now head to the top of the 9th. In Arizona, let's bring you a little bit of music. Enjoy this music bed, copyright free, as we head to break. To the top of the ninth we go. 2-1 Braves, and it's Donaldson leading things off in the ninth. He hits an easy fly ball to the outfielder in center. Center field has it. It's out number 1. And we are well after midnight on the East Coast. It is 12:25 in Metro Atlanta. It is 9:25 on the West Coast. And we're glad you could be here for the exciting conclusion. And so Luke Jackson is starting to warm up in the Braves' pen. It looks like he's going to come on and pitch the ninth. So Markakis leads things off here. He's got an 0-1 count on him. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Braves and Diamondbacks 8:10 Eastern tomorrow night. And we think the Bone Crusher might have that one for you on Mother's Day Sunday. It's a 4:10 Eastern start, and I plan on trying to be home for that after I visit Mom. And here's the 1-1 pitch to Markakis. It one is hit. Oh, man. Thought it was going to sneak through into center field, but instead the shortstop got it and threw to first. There's 2 outs in the Braves' top of the ninth. And so Ozzie Albies steps in 0 for 3 tonight, average at 275. He is not having a good series. He has struck out 5 times in 8 at bats so far. Has Ozzie. All right, the 1-0 pitch is in there. Strike 1. Kevin Gossman has the start for Atlanta tomorrow night. And here's the 1-1 to Ozzie outside. Max Fried will be on the hill for that 4:10 Eastern start Sunday. 2-1 pitch to Ozzie. Bounces up there. It's 3-1. We welcome all our listeners on board. And if it's your first time here, and if you like the Braves and you like Atlanta sports, pro sports, and you haven't subscribed before, we ask you to go ahead and hit that button. We're trying to get to 100. So if you want to be part of that historical action, I suggest that you get busy subscribing. So that's ball 4 to Ozzie. He's on base with 2 outs. A little insurance would not hurt, as Skip Carey used to say. Thankfully, we've had a great stream tonight, great stream health. And it's just so random. We apologize to anybody watching our Atlanta United broadcast the other night where I had to cut it short because my internet connection crashed and burned. And so the pitch to Flowers is swung on and missed. Mets won tonight. They beat the Marlins, and in the other game involving the NL East, it was the Kansas City Royals 5, the Philadelphia Phillies 1. So hopefully we can pick up a game there. Throw over to first, runner back. So Tyler Flowers digs in. He's 0 for 3 tonight, and he has a 0-1 count on him. Another throw to first. Ozzie Albies back safely. So here we go. The 0-1 pitch with a runner on first. And it's fouled away. 0-2 on Tyler Flowers. Ender Inciarte would be next. And so Flowers digs in. He's got an 0-2 count against him. And pitcher steps off the rubber. Pitchers have been stepping off the rubber tonight at record pace. Lots of timeouts called. We were breezing right through this thing. And all of a sudden it slowed to a snail's pace. The 0-2 pitch outside. And damn, how often do you see this? Ozzie Albies was picked off at first by the catcher. You never see that. I mean, I've seen that attempted a million times, and I don't think I've ever seen that move successful before. And are we going to have a replay on that? But damn, the catcher for Arizona threw out Ozzie Albies. Oh, now I see what happened. He was already going. And he's clearly out. That challenge is not going to work. He was halfway down to second base. That's what happened. Never mind. Forget all that I said. You know, you've seen this 1,000 times where the catcher will do that snap throw over to first base and try to catch the runner on first sleeping. That's not what this was, though, after I saw the replay. He wasn't caught sleeping. He was halfway to second, and he turned around. And so it's under review. It's a challenge. And Pennsylvania checking in. Good to see Matthew Acker again. As we take a moment for this challenge to take place. Yeah, and so we're waiting on New York to weigh in. It was a weird play. I mean, I've never really, you don't see that play very often where a runner gets halfway, or I should say a quarter of a way down to second base, decides to turn around and come back, and the challenge doesn't work. He is confirmed out. The call stands, and so we go to the bottom of the ninth. Time to close this thing out, Atlanta. Let's get some good relief pitching when we come back. And we'll let you know who the next pitcher is going to be right after this. All right, let's get this. Bottom of the ninth. Braves up a run. It is Luke Jackson on the hill, and he throws ball one. Let's do this. Christian Walker leads it off. And this dude is good. It's a dangerous batter here. It's a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. It's 0-2. I'm sorry, it's 2-0. It is 2-0 on the leadoff man in the bottom of the ninth. Gotta get that first guy, man. You cannot walk our leadoff guy. You cannot let him on base. We know Mathcar 1877 is anxiously awaiting whatever happens here, and that's a strike. 2-1. Braves came into this game with an 18-20 record. Diamondbacks 22-16. And the 2-1 pitch is fouled away. 2-2. And Crusher, we hope you're still on board. It's 11:36 Central Time down in Panama City Beach. And there is strike number 3. He rings him up. Walker doesn't like the call, but strike zone graphic laser cam shows it was a good pitch. Nothing wrong with that pitch. Grab some bench, son. Sit down. 1 out, bottom of the ninth. Yes. Blake Swihart steps in a pinch hitting role. He's batting .200 with 2 home runs on the year. He takes strike 1. Not sure why he's batting right now. It's the 6th spot, unless there was a double shift on. That's probably what it was. A double switch, I should say. Somewhere along the line that I missed. One pitch to Swihart. Swung and a missed. 96 mile an hour. Gas. Big shift on. They think this guy's going to pull the ball. Here's the 1-2 pitch outside. If you like Braves, Falcons, Hawks, Atlanta United, and more, this is where you want to be for all of that live reaction. So hit us up for a subscription if that's your bag. 2-2 pitch is fouled away. And so 2-2 count to Swihart. Braves have lost 4 in a row. 3 to LA and then 1 to Arizona last night. 2-2 pitch is swung and a miss. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Luke Jackson. And he's bucking for the closer role right now. And making a damn good case for it. And here's Ahmed. Last chance saloon for the Diamondbacks. 2 outs, nobody on. Braves up a skinny run in the bottom of the ninth. Batting 7th. Here's the pitch to him. It's right through there at 95. Strike 1. The Tomahawk chop is out. You can hear some noisy Braves fans And a lot of them are on our Facebook group. Strike 2 swinging. 96 on the clock. On the radar gun, that is. So we are down to the final strike. Let's make it happen right here as we've just gone over the 3-hour mark on our stream. Coast to coast is where you are. The 0-2 pitch is low. It is 1-2. Tomorrow's 8:10 Eastern start will happen on the Bone Crushers channel. The 1-2 pitch. This one is grounded to third. Donaldson over to third, and the Braves win 2-1, baby. Yes. Way to go. What a pitching effort tonight from the Braves. Julio Teheran pitched a good game. Ronald Acuna Jr. hit a 466-foot blast to win it all for Atlanta tonight. So what a great performance. And we finally end the 4-game losing streak that has plagued us in the middle of this road trip. So before we get out of here, let's check a couple of scores around the league. Why don't we? In fact, we'll run down the whole Major League scoreboard. In the top of the 10th inning in Oakland, it is Cleveland 3, the A's 3. In the 8th inning in Los Angeles, the Dodgers are up 5-0 on the Washington Nationals. We're glad to see that. Bottom of the 8th in San Francisco, where the Reds are up 4-0 there. Mexican Golovkin says, Braves win, Braves win. Absolutely. That's what we want. In Chicago, it's a final where the Brewers beat up on the Cubs 7-0. It's a final also in Baltimore. LA 8, the Orioles 3 there. In Toronto, the Blue Jays edged out Chicago. The White Sox, that is, 4-3 there. It was the Mets 11. It was Miami 2. That's a final. The Yankees beat up on Tampa Bay, or I should say edged them out at least. 4-3 was your final there. This one was a blowout in Boston where the Red Sox had 2 touchdowns and beat the Mariners 14-1. In Houston, the Battle of Texas was won by the Astros. Houston 3, Texas 0 in that final score. In Minnesota, the Twins shut out Detroit 6-0. It was a final in Kansas City where the Royals beat the Phillies 5-1, so the Braves will pick up a game there. In St. Louis, it was Pittsburgh 2, the Cardinals 1, and the final from Colorado had the Rockies up 12-2, that is, over San Diego. So that update on the scoreboard is brought to you by TreasureHunt.ga, our title sponsor. So we appreciate everybody being on board with us tonight. And so before we get out of here, we will thank those who have been with us tonight. Mexican for Golovkin, as always. Our regulars, we appreciate you for stopping in. Also, Matthew Acker from PA. We had Mathcar, 1877, representing North Carolina. And, of course, Mexican. We know he's in Texas. The Bone Crusher, John Wilson, hanging out in Florida tonight. And anybody else who I've forgotten, we really do appreciate you being on board with us. Again, if you'll click on the upper right-hand corner, you will get the Bone Crushers channel. He'll have some Braves action for you tomorrow. I plan on seeing you back here on Sunday for that 4:10 Eastern start between the Braves and the Diamondbacks for the final game of this series. So the happy score tonight from Arizona was the Braves 2 and the Diamondbacks 1. A-Bomb is out of here on a Friday night, and now it's Saturday morning, so we appreciate you so much for being here with us. Please like and subscribe on your way out of here. on our goal to hit 100. A-Bomb saying, good night now from Duluth, Georgia.